for the Enraged Tempest. Now I'll introduce the players next. Spawning as the Protoss player in the bottom right hand corner of the map King Sejong Station, we have Baz. And he is going to face off against Predator from the Heralds of Apocalypse. Spawning as a Terran player in the top left location. Let's see if he can bring it back for his team. Give a round of applause for this Predator we have, and let's see what the strategies will be in this game. Terran does have a lot of options on this map, of course. This afternoon I got multiple games, actually, I believe, in which I just got one base Terran with siege tanks and a lot of Marines, even with SCVs pulled. A very easy to hold map, easy to hold strategy, I should say, on this map if it's not being held completely, because when he hit it at my base I already had 3 Immortals and a Colossus out. Let's see what kind of strategy Predator is going to take, and it looks like we will see a Reaper from him to scout out the main base of Baz. Baz opening very standard, no shenanigans going down from any of the players just yet, taking that gas right after putting down the gateway station, the gateway. And let's see if he's going to go for one gas or if he will take the second gas, but I believe he will stick to that one gas opening and go into a very early expansion behind it. Now of course putting 3 workers in gas immediately as it finishes, I hope. Well, he'll do it soon enough. And the barracks is done, and what will we see produced from it? It is going to be that Reaper I was talking about earlier. And I do believe that this map is pretty okay for a Reaper. There are 2 sides of the ramp you can use to jump onto the high ground, and I don't think that it's possible to jump in from the debris side of the natural base. But there's a wide open ramp at the natural in which the Reaper does have a very big chance to make it up. Also, we see an SCV scout being sent ahead, and it looks like Predator is also going for a very quick expansion. Now, Predator just getting that Reaper out and using the next gas to get a reactor out so he can start pumping out those Marines as soon as possible. And Baz also getting down that Nexus as soon as he can. Stalker is on the way. Did he get his mothership core already? No, he did not. He put it on hold for a little while, and he will defend this attack with just the Reaper. Oh, and you can actually also jump up here. That's very nice to see. But let's first have a look if that Reaper is able to do any damage. He did get 1 kill already, and the Stalker is going to zone it out a little bit. But I don't think that he... Oh, he does get the hit off on the Reaper. That is going to be painful for Predator, because now he is completely blind and there's no way that he can scout out more. And the SCV just did go back home after he was sent forward. So the bunker is coming down for Predator just to be safe in early. Just to be safe against early pressure, and it looks like Predator is taking the death of his first Reaper, of his firstborn Reaper, very difficult, and he is still crying about it. Let's hope that it does not affect the rest of his gameplay. The bunker has finished up and he's taking it out on those rocks. Hopefully he will feel better after those building plates are killed off. I'm sorry I missed the moment in which it happened. But a very standard game so far, and the robotics facility is the tech choice for Baz. Going for that observer immediately, and let's see if he will go for a heavy Colossus composition in the early game, or if he will transition into something else very quickly behind this. Now the extra barracks were also added on by Predator, 3 barracks, so he can get quite a few units out, and most likely also push on the base of Baz really quickly to get away from that photon overcharge, at least to trigger it, so that mothership core does not get too much energy built up, because that's very important for the Terran if they want to push into it, because that photon overcharge really does a whole lot of damage against bio units. Now the observer is being sent across the map, and currently he really did not scout at all. He has no idea what his opponent went for. It still could be some form of one base. And there we do see the move out, but it's not being spotted by the observer. He is just missing it, but by the lack of units, he can assume that there is something wrong and he can prepare at home. Now, the robotics bay has also finished up and he should go into Colossus production quite quickly. There he goes. Oh, but currently supply blocked heavily, so that Colossus will actually be quite late. And what does he have to defend otherwise? He has 4 Zealots and 1 Stalker. That's not a whole lot to defend, and he is only working off 3 gateways as well. He didn't add any early extra gateways, but there comes the push in. Photon overcharge goes down, and there's not really a way that Predator can push into this at this time. Stim was not done yet, and he's only starting +1 just now, so he is going back home. Now the Colossus did finally start, and we do see it in the production tab. Thermal lens also coming out, and the first forge was placed, or did he cancel it immediately? Yes, he did cancel it immediately and going for those extra gateways to get those units out. Very wise decision, I would say, in this stage of the game, because against the production capabilities that this Terran has so far, he has not gone for any tech just yet. The factory and the starport are coming out, are being constructed right now. So he is going to get his first 2 medevacs at around a little bit later than the 10-minute mark. So after that he can go for a drop into the bases of Baz, or he can go for just pushing and actually stimming without losing too many units, because that stim at this stage of the game does permanent damage to those Marines. They will only get healed up by the medevacs. Now also +1 is already coming out for our Terran player. +1 was also just started for Baz actually, but Predator does have the advantage in that, and the 3rd base has already been started. Actually a very nice timing on that 3rd base, because he does have full map control, because Baz will know that stim pack is done by now. There's no way that he does not have it right now. And he's moving out again. The probe does get intercepted. He was going to put down the proxy pylon to get a good forward position, so maybe Baz could do some pressure. But now he also knows that Predator is coming his way, and if that was not big enough of a tell, that scan will show Predator everything he has, even seeing the 3rd Colossus being added to the mix as well. And I don't think that he can do a whole lot of damage without any Vikings. So I guess maybe he's just going to go for another bait for a photon overcharge. But with that many sentries here, it will be very dangerous to do so, because if he gets force fielded in, he will just lose his entire army. But at the same time, he did go for a double medevac drop at the back, splitting up his army a little bit. I'm sorry I did not catch that completely. But the medevacs are still back here, and they can be very annoying because he has to keep part of his army back in that location. Now we do have the move out by Baz at this time, and Predator is moving back home. He will not be able to defend with his full army back home, because those two medevacs are still at the bottom location. Photon cannons are being placed down, and 2 stalkers are there to greet them. There they go, but they do get away safely, but they will not be home in time to help defend this push. And that 3rd base is actually quite exposed as of yet. He has 3 Vikings, which is definitely not enough against this Colossus push. And there are also a lot of stalkers in this composition, so those Vikings really do have to be careful. He is bunkering up, getting bunkers everywhere. He evacuated the 3rd base immediately, which I really like, because there's no way that he would have been able to hold the push that is coming his way. And even with that many bunkers, they are not done yet, and they will mess with the pathing a little bit, but they have to be done in order to do anything with it. The first bunker is actually still empty, and this is a very nice choke that Protoss love to fight in. Great force fields coming down. The first Colossus is about to fall, and there it goes. But there is only 1 more Viking left, and those Colossi in the back are doing so much damage. great force fields continue to rain down, and there's just not a big enough damage output from it, I would say. At the same time, we do have a Predator moving out with a double drop in the main base, sniping that natural location as well, so it is okay for Predator to give up this natural location as well. Looking at the worker tab, a lot of workers have already gone down, and this drop is still doing a whole lot of damage. There are a few stalkers here, but versus Stim Marines they don't even do they don't do very good. There's no blink on these stalkers as well. That would have definitely helped him. But there's only 2 probes left. He can just leave now because he does not have to go for those production facilities, because he still has enough stuff. There's just no way for Baz to use those production facilities. More great force fields are coming down, and there's not a big army left here. So this is what Baz has at this stage, and he has to win with this, because if he doesn't, there's just no way that he can win.
I am your father.
Thank you for another follower from Spin89. I really appreciate it. And now the Protoss is on the production facilities. Predator is still producing those units, and I believe, yes, from the back the Marines are doing a little bit of damage. Not a lot of anti-air left. Great force fields blocking the sandwich from the Terran army from the other side, but those sentries are exposed right now, and the last sentry is falling down. Still 2 stalkers left, and he's going to lose his last stalkers here, and then the Vikings are able to clean it up, or I should at least say Viking. It's a very low final Viking, but there's just no way for him to produce anymore. 3 stalkers join the fight. They target down that Viking finally, and the 2 Colossus are actually still alive for Baz. Those 3 stalkers really saved him for this stage, but let's see if he can still bring it back. This is a no econ game, I should say. Predator is still mining, he is still producing, but there's not a whole lot left for him as well. And now he is on the production facilities as well. The Colossi are regenerating their shields slowly. The Stalker is down. There's only 1 sentry for anti-air right here. No Vikings in production, unfortunately, but he can still use those medevacs to be very annoying. Spread out his units so there's no dropping action. And thank you for Absolute Starcraft also for following me. The first Colossus goes down. There's only 1 sentry and 1 Colossus left. But that 1 sentry is not doing a whole lot in this case. 2 more Stalkers are joining the fight as well. The Marines and Marauders stim one more time. The last units fall, and there is 2 supply left for Baz at this stage. There's a GG. Predator takes the game for the Heralds of